and welcome
to Scott Tyndall's Home Shop.
Yes, I am Scott,
And I am Tira.
and we hope you enjoy the following video, so stay tuned.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Scott Tyndall's Home Shop. I'm Scott. Tira's in the house doing schoolwork, and the wife is on the computer doing business work. And today I am going to do a beginning tool review, or new tool review, as in it's new to me, and then a month later I'll do a follow-up. And it's the Ryobi rat tail grinder, and I went with Ryobi because, well, to be honest with you, it's $54. They had Milwaukee, they had a trigger that started up here, it went all the way back to right here, great big bulky thing. And I don't know about anybody, but I can do this better than I can do this all day. And then they had a rigid 7-inch grinder, and the prices just went up and up. Okay, and I needed another grinder because nobody wants to keep changing from a flat disc or a grinding wheel to a cutoff wheel, especially if you're working on something where you need both. Alright, so this is what I wound up with. So far, the trigger works great. The handle is steady. It does have a little bit of movement right here, but see, that's all loose right there. So I could do something about that, but as far as out of the box. But you can turn the trigger. So if you're cutting with it like this, you have the trigger. So and there's not a whole lot of pressure on the back here if you're holding on to the handle. Alright, so we're gonna grind this down. This is our vertical smoker that we're making, so we're gonna grind this down. I have on a 40 grit flap disc from Benchmark Abrasives, and this is a 4.5 inch 7 amp Ryobi grinder, and I'll get close for you to see the model number. It is an AG454, 11,000 RPM grinder. Yeah, 11,000. Alright, so let's see what it does. The one thing that I don't like about it is this little part that comes over the wheel. It actually turns over the wheel. Most of all of my other grinders don't have this, and that stops me from being able to rock down. I can go down a little bit more around something, but if it really bothered me, I could just cut that off, or actually probably just, see, you can't, on this thing right here, you can't get down flat. Right. Well, you're still up above it. Alright, so we're not going to worry about that. But it does bother me a little bit that comes down so far. I guess they're trying to trap it. It runs cool. It's not getting hot. Ventilates good. The blade lock or disc lock is a lot to be desired. Leaves a lot to be desired. How hard is it to manufacture a pin to fit a hole, or to drill a hole to fit a pin? Either way. So that flops around. If you can see it moving. So and like I said, when you go to pull the thing off, if you're not careful, it comes off, as in completely off. And now you're trying to, if you have on welding gloves or something, you're trying to get that with your big fisted glove back to hook over that. I think this should have been a plug or something, or solid, and then a pin put through it. In other words, this wheel should have been that wheel should have been made permanent in there. And what I may do, if I can get it off like this, I may just tack that to it, because I don't see the need for this to come off. It doesn't come off. It doesn't come off on my other ones. So but so there's that. Alright. Now, I'll be right back. Now, in comparison to the Ryobi, this is my DeWalt, which is still a big and bulky handle. I prefer rat tail grinders. This one is just tiring on the hand to use it all day long. I guess if you had stronger hands, it might not be a problem. This one, the button barely wiggles. And if you notice, the catch right here, or the clamp for the guard, you can flip it off with a pair of gloves and it stays. See, there's a pin right there. The end is folded over and it has a little bushing and a pin in there. And the same screw as the other one. If you look in there, it's the same screw. Same little screw, same little ball. Except for this one comes loose. This ball comes out of there for whatever reason. You can't slide. You can't slide the guard off backwards. It won't open up. It's not hinged. It's not hinged over here. So you could take it apart like this and then slide it off backwards without taking the wheel off. You still have to take the wheel off to get the guard off. So I don't see the point of that moving. That actually needs to be, that wheel could be welded in there. It could be welded right here. If you could, you know, you'd have to take the wheel out, or that could have been done different. But if you're trying to do it with a pair of gloves on, and you're trying to do this, then when you flip it, it comes off. And that's a pain in the butt. I can already see that being a pain. And then on top of that, see, it turns. So you're trying to do this with a pair of welding gloves on. But I guess, just like anything, you can get used to it. The guards, this guard on my DeWalt does come way down, but the DeWalt is actually, they're the same height. So it's just me not knowing how to use the grinder. They're both, this is a 10 amp motor. And this one is a 7.5 amp motor. They're both 4-inch grinders. Now, I wasn't bearing down that hard on it because I'm using a flat disc and I don't want to destroy it. I did push on it a little bit, and it seemed to take it just fine. Now, I am going to tell you that you have to be careful when you undo the guard, that the guard doesn't start coming off. Like when you get to the right spot, the guard comes off. So if you clamp it back down, not paying attention. Yeah, see. I don't like that. See, that's just, yeah, and that gets turned over like that or something. But anyway. So you take your glove off and adjust your guard. How often do you adjust your guard? I do like the top handle part, where you can put the handle in the top. You can screw it out. Screw it in the top. So that makes makes it real nice. If you're in between something, you can still hold on to the grinder and do what you need to do. The blade handle or the spanner wrench is integrated into the handle. I've had several grinders that show that as an option, but I always seem to find a grinder that doesn't have it. This one actually stays in, and it's not in your way. It's I have rough hands, but it's just everything's smooth, and it's segmented on the side so that you can just grab it and pull it out. Now, how long that lasts, we'll see. And so there you go. It has been doing a good job. I haven't tried it for cutting. It does seem that the mechanism is a lot taller off the snout of the grinder than the DeWalt. So I can cut deeper with the DeWalt cutoff wheel. And you're probably looking at if you were to square that off, you're probably looking at 1/4 of an inch. It's going to hit before the nose of the grinder hits. And if you look on the DeWalt, maybe 3/16 of an inch. Yeah, okay, so not a whole lot of difference there. Maybe 3/16. Just seems lower profile to me. They're both 4.5 inch grinders, but this one, the DeWalt, cost $160, and this costs $54. That's lasted several years, but under heavy use, it gets extremely hot. And I've checked the motor out. There's nothing wrong with the motor. It just doesn't ventilate very well. So far, this one has warmed up a little bit, obviously, because the air is not moving through there cooling it off anymore. Now it's had a chance for that heat to radiate out and heat up the plastic, but it blows out right here on the side. It blows out in the front, on the side, on the bottom. So it seems to be moving a good bit of air. And it runs really good. Runs really smooth. Hardly no vibration at all. And although there's probably, here, let me turn it around here. Probably 3/16 of backlash. Good God. That's a lot of backlash. Let's see how bad this one is. Alright, a little bit more backlash on that one. But, so, let's say it lasts a year. People waste more food on takeout orders. Waste more money on takeout orders than $54. Let's say it lasts 2 years. That's $25 a year that I have to save up. If it lasts 4, well, you can do the math. So, anyway, we're going to get back to working on putting the rest of our exoskeleton on the door. Just a quirky design. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And please share our videos. Share our channel. Blast it all over social media. We have 804 subscribers right now, and if we get back up to, or not back up to, but if we get up to 1,000, then we can go back to doing our live. And me and my daughter used to do a live in the shop every Sunday. We did a live in the shop, a little project that we were doing. And we can't do that anymore because YouTube has changed their rules of engagement. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see y'all later.